Tekken 5.
Dive into Python with a fun game, learn in just 5 minutes.
In our final Pac-Man video, we'll explore event-driven programming, mastering user inputs and movement events that bring our game to life. Event-driven programming is a design approach where the flow of the program is determined by events, actions like keystrokes, mouse clicks, or in-game movements. In this model, the program responds to these events, typically through the use of event listeners or handlers, which are functions designed to perform specific actions when an event occurs. By responding to user inputs and other game events, we create an interactive and responsive gaming experience. Our Pac-Man game leverages this concept extensively, allowing us to bring the classic arcade feel to life with real-time player control and seamless in-game actions. Let's see how we handle user input. Using Pygame, we listen for keyboard events to determine the player's desired direction for Pac-Man. In this code block, we're checking for a key-down event, a Pygame event that occurs whenever a user presses a key. If the event is a key press, we then determine which key was pressed. For each arrow key, left, right, up, or down, we call Pac-Man's receive instruction with the corresponding direction. This approach allows Pac-Man to respond immediately to player input, changing direction based on the keys pressed. Alongside user inputs, our game also handles custom events to manage the movement of Pac-Man and the ghosts. In the move method of the game character, we first determine if the Pac-Man or a ghost has entered a new cell by comparing its current column and row with its previous position. If there's a change in position, we call the onEnterNewCell method. This method creates a custom Pygame event, move event, carrying essential information like the character's name, its new column and row, and the direction of movement. So each time our game characters enter a new cell in the maze, this special event is triggered to track their movement. In our Pac-Man game, event handling is centralized in the main game loop. This centralized system listens for all types of events, including our custom move event. By centralizing the event listening in the main loop, we maintain a clear structure that allows different components of the game, like the maze, to react appropriately to events, ensuring that everything from character movements to game state updates is handled efficiently and cohesively. Whenever a move event is detected, the maze's handle event method is invoked. This method is specifically designed to respond to the movement events of Pac-Man and the ghosts. The first step is to extract information from the event message, which includes the character's name, column, row, and direction. This data provides insight into which character moved and its new position. When the character is Pac-Man, several actions are performed. Update player position. The player position variable is updated to reflect Pac-Man's new location in the maze. Check for pellets. See if Pac-Man has eaten a pellet at its new position. Update player trail. Log Pac-Man's movement trail, which can be used by ghosts for sniffing. If the character is not Pac-Man, the method updates the corresponding ghost's position in the dictionary, storing it with the ghost's name. Finally, the check game method is called to evaluate any game state changes that might have occurred due to the new positions of the characters, such as checking for collisions between Pac-Man and the ghosts. The check game method performs a simple yet critical check. It determines if Pac-Man's position overlaps with any of the ghost's positions. This overlap would signify that Pac-Man has been caught by a ghost, which is a game over condition in Pac-Man. The method creates and posts a new custom event, Game Over, to the Pygame event queue. This event carries the message of the player's position where the game-ending collision occurred. By adding this new event type, Game Over, we enable the main game loop to handle the Game Over scenario. Once the main loop receives this event, it can take appropriate actions. This design demonstrates how custom events in event-driven programming can be effectively used to manage different states and scenarios within a game. Now let's enjoy our final Pac-Man game.
Stay tuned for more videos on Tekken 5.